Hey guys, Jamie here. Just wanted to do a quick response video. This is for Frankie's music collection. Frankie's a really cool guy. If you haven't seen his channel, I'll leave a link for his channel. Chances are, if you've on my channel, I'm sure you've seen his. Uh, he's a real big Megadeth fan. He's really into a lot of hard rock, a lot of heavy metal, a lot of the stuff I like, and he's cool to watch. Really laid back. Love watching what he's spinning and what he shows. He's into a lot of different stuff, so yeah, it's real cool. This is he posted a video. He wanted to know the first 10 albums you ever owned. I've got these here. These are not in order. These are the actual I believe the first 5, maybe 6 are vinyl records that I actually owned that were purchased at the time they come out. This first one I've shown before, I believe, on another response video. This was 1981. I would have been about 7 years old. Rick Springfield, Working Class Dog. This had Jesse's Girl as the big hit. This come from probably RCA Music Club. My mom probably ordered it for me. I'm not exactly sure, but that's the first one I come up with, Rick Springfield, Working Class Dog. The next album I played all the time. This would have been 81, I believe, maybe into 82. Jay Giles Band, Freeze Frame. Had the hit Freeze Frame, had Centerfold. I remember Flamethrower. I used to play this from front to back. It's got a lot of crackling and everything on it. You can tell the age of it. It skips a little. I mean, I was probably 8, so I didn't know how to take care of records, but still got it. Need to clean it up. Yeah, that's the next one, Jay Giles Band, Freeze Frame. Then I had, I believe this would have been 82. Man Eater was on the radio. This is Daryl Hall and John Oates, H2O. Has a shot of them on the back there, face to face. Yeah, Man Eater was on it. Family, I believe Family Man's on this one. One on One, I believe that song was on the radio. And this would have been 82. So that would have been one of the next ones I got. This was either, like I said, RCA Music Club order or Columbia House. I don't actually remember the first album I walked into the store and bought. Probably was cassettes. I know the first vinyls I got were all from a music club. So yeah, moving on, this next one. This is Men at Work, Business as Usual. I'm showing the CD now. My son is away at school and he actually borrowed couple of my older 80s albums, so he has the vinyl with him. But yeah, I listen to this front to back too. Who Can It Be Now, Down Under, Be Good Johnny, Men at Work, Business as Usual. Really cool band. You can see the corner of the next one here. This is probably one of the biggest pop selling albums of all time. This was 82 also, I believe. Michael Jackson, Thriller. Not much to say about it. My first gatefold album, I believe. You got Mike there with the white suit and the tiger. Beat It, Billie Jean. Girl Is Mine with Paul McCartney. I mean, I put this on, listen to the whole thing. Flip it right over and listen to side 2. Michael Jackson, Thriller. The next one is Stray Cats, Built for Speed. I believe I got this one from Columbia House. This would have also been 82, 83. Rock This Town, Stray Cat Strut. This was just good rock stuff. I mean, Brian Setzer went on to do some rockabilly stuff. I think he has the Brian Setzer Orchestra. But yeah, I used to listen to that all the time. Stray Cats, Built for Speed. And then you move on. I believe this would have been 80. The album come out in 83. I think the Rocky movie might have been, well, 82, 83. I don't guess the years matter, but these were the first albums I got, so that's what I'm trying to do. Eye of the Tiger, Survivor. Really didn't like the whole album when I first got it. I remember wearing out Eye of the Tiger, but it's got good songs on it. Children of the Night's good. American Heartbeat's good. That's just a couple of them. But yeah, Survivor, Eye of the Tiger. And as far as records goes, That's about 6 albums, I believe. I had some more. That's the first 6 I remember getting when I was younger. So I would have been around 8. Probably said that 100 times. My introduction to hard rock would have been on cassette. I believe I went and bought my first cassettes from Walmart. I do not have the cassettes. I got rid of them. But the first 2 cassettes I bought would have been Bon Jovi Slippery When Wet and Van Halen 5150. I remember buying these. I do remember buying these on the same day. This was 86. I would have been 11 or 12. This was my introduction to hard rock, I guess you could say, before I really delved into the 80s metal scene, I guess, or hair metal, whatever you want to call it. You Give Love a Bad Name, Wanted Dead or Alive, Living on a Prayer. I mean, this is classic stuff. At the time I bought it, I didn't know the size and how popular these albums would get, but that was Bon Jovi's like major breakthrough here in the States. So Slippery When Wet, had this on cassette. And also bought Van Halen. I had heard 1984. I knew David Lee Roth was the original singer. Loved 1984. Never owned a copy of it. Jump in Panama was on the radio. This came out. They had a new singer. I was like, what the heck? I got it on cassette. And to this day, I mean, I've went back and I have the entire Van Halen catalog now, but to this day, this is probably in my top 2 or 3 Van Halen. 5150. Why Can't This Be Love? Dreams. Best of Both Worlds. Summer Nights. I love this album. I love 5150. It's the best of the Sammy Hagar stuff. And it's real close to being at the top of all Van Halen for me, in my opinion. But 5150. As I got on into 87, I started riding to school with a guy. He used to come pick me up. He had a red Camaro, and he was cranking this, and it was my introduction to Motley Crue, Girls, Girls, Girls. That was the next cassette I ran out and bought. This was the beginning, really, of hard rock. I've said before, and I'll show another album that I've said that was my introduction into hard rock. But as I think back, this is kind of the order it went in. So, yeah, Girls, 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 Motley Crue, 87. Of course, after that, this became popular at the end of 87, 88. It came out in 87, Def Leppard, Hysteria. They had a few singles, but Pour Some Sugar on Me is the one that made everybody know in the States, I guess, who Def Leppard was. I know Pyromania was big. I had heard Photograph and Rock of Ages and stuff like that, but Hysteria was the hit for them. It is not my favorite Def Leppard album now, looking back. I'm big. High and Dry is probably I love the grittiness and the rock side of High and Dry. But just going chronologically here in my introduction to hard rock, Def Leppard Hysteria would have been the next cassette I bought. And I know that was 6 albums and, 5 albums and 5 CDs. So that's the 10. I can't go without showing Poison, Open Up and Say Ah. This started it. This went from this into Cinderella and Rat and Tesla and into 88. This would have been 88 and into 89, where the Crew released Dr. Feelgood, and then it switched from all those different bands. I heard Metallica's One, then that switched me over to thrash. So I could keep on and rambling as my mind's going, but these are the first 10 albums I actually own. Poison, Open Up and Say Ah on cassette first, then on CD, and this is a 30th anniversary pressing of the album that I think I've shown before. I have a copy on red vinyl and a copy on green vinyl. So that would have been the first 10 albums, or 10 albums, but some were on vinyl, some were on cassette. I didn't do CDs until later, of course. Probably in the early 90s before I bought my first CD. And actually, Open Up and Say Ah would have been the first CD I bought, along with the Black Crowes, Shake Your Money Maker. So how about that for musical? Some different tastes there. But that's it, guys, and thanks, Frankie, for starting the thread. Hopefully a lot of folks will jump on and show their 10 albums. But yeah, so we'll see y'all later. See ya.